Welcome to the Critics Corner.
Welcome one, welcome all. Welcome one, welcome all.
Yeah, welcome to the Critics Corner.
Co-hosting is Major Gray.
I'm your host, Blessed Baby.
And today it's all about Election Day.
Yeah, politics, baby. It's the light-skinned bandit right now.
That's it, man. And y'all are getting banned.
We're just doing a mic check, checking how the sound works.
That's it.
All right, now we're about to share the screen.
You know what I can also see too? I think, my votes probably do got to be turned up just a dot, bro. Yeah, because I can find myself.
Trump has already proven he can build a strong economy. He can secure the borders. And he is somebody that allies and adversaries respect.
Look at you.
Those are all very important things. She has never, what has she proven? What has she done over the last 4 years? And you cannot make the excuse that she was the vice president and she wasn't in charge of anything. I think that's ridiculous. She is the sitting vice president of the United States right now. She's proven nothing. She's done nothing. I think she's in over her head. She knows she's in over her head, and nobody who is intelligent like Mark Cuban, Stephen A., or any of these other guys can tell me they truly believe that she is the better candidate.
I'm going to have Mark get in. I'm going to have Mark get in, but Dana, just clarify. Dana, clarify something, and then I'll have Mark Cuban respond if he wants, which I'm sure he does. Dana, can you tell me of a vice president you've ever heard of who did something remarkable on their watch?
Not that they did anything. Let me tell you this. So
go ahead.
Think about this. Right, leading up to the debate, everybody was talking about that he's never been sharper. He's on top of his game. I was just in a meeting with the other day. They do the debate. The debate ends, and they figure out he's unfit to run. Right? He's the sitting president of the United States. He's unfit to run. So now they slide her in. Right? Nobody voted her there. Nobody voted Kamala Harris. If she went up against other Democrats, she would not be in the position she's in right now. Fact. Okay?
Well, it's not a fact.
They slide her in there.
Overfilling.
Really? How'd she do last time?
Tell her. How did she
do last time?
She was Biden's running mate, and they got 85 million votes.
Cuomo, I'm going to pause. You starting to act like Mr. Cuomo from CNN again.
No, he good, man. Come on, give him a shot, man. He just listening, man.
He said, no. The facts is that when they had the Democratic debate in 2020, okay, when they were going to try to see who's going to be the lead candidate for the Democrats, she did horrible, dude. Horrible.
If you doubt me, Google 1,000 prisoners freed, Kamala Harris.
Thank you, Vice President Biden. And Senator Harris, your response?
This is simply not true. And as Attorney General of California, where I ran the second largest Department of Justice in the United States, second only to the United States Department of Justice, I am proud of the work we did, work that has received national recognition for what has been the important work of reforming a criminal justice system and cleaning up the consequences of the bills that you passed when you were in the United States Senate for decades. It was the work of creating one of the first in the nation initiatives around re-entering former offenders and getting them jobs and counseling.
Thank you, Senator.
I did the work as Attorney General of putting body cameras on special agents in the state of California, and I'm proud of that work.
I want to bring in Congresswoman Gabbard. Congresswoman Gabbard, you took issue with Senator Harris confronting Vice President Biden at the last debate. You called it a, quote, false accusation that Joe Biden is a racist. What's your response?
I want to bring the conversation back to the broken criminal justice system that is disproportionately negatively impacting Black and brown people all across this country today. Now, Senator Harris says she's proud of her record as a prosecutor and that she'll be a prosecutor president, but I'm deeply concerned about this record. There are too many examples to cite, but she put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana. She blocked evidence. She blocked evidence that would have freed an innocent man from death row until the courts forced her to do so. She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor for the state of California. And she fought to keep cash bail system in place that impacts poor people in the worst kind of way.
Thank you, Congresswoman. Senator Harris, your response?
As the elected Attorney General of California, I did the work of significantly reforming the criminal justice system of a state of 40 million people, which became a national model for the work that needs to be done. And I am proud of that work. And I am proud of making a decision to not just give fancy speeches or be in a legislative body and give speeches on the floor, but actually doing the work of being in the position to use the power that I had to reform a system that is badly in need of reform. That is why we created initiatives that were about reentering former offenders and getting them counseling. It is why, and because I know that criminal justice system is so broken, that I am an advocate for what we need to do to not only decriminalize, but legalize marijuana in the United States.
I want to bring Congresswoman Gabbard back in. You're responsible.
The bottom line is, Senator Harris, when you are in a position to make a difference and an impact in these people's lives, you did not. And worse yet, in the case of those who were on death row, innocent people, you actually blocked evidence from being revealed that would have freed them until you were forced to do so. There is no excuse for that. And the people who suffered under your reign as prosecutor, you owe them an apology.
Senator Harris.
Okay. The only reason this chick got on to be, okay, the vice president is because they wanted somebody of color, okay, and somebody that's very radical. And she's very radical. And for all you brothers and sisters out there, go look at her history. Yeah, she always claimed about being a prosecutor or a strong D. She's always claiming this stuff. But look what she did.
That record as a prosecutor began in the San Francisco area. 2 California families say that history and the impact on their lives deserves scrutiny as she runs for president. One of Harris's first major controversies happened just months after she was elected San Francisco district attorney. In 2004, police officer Isaac Espinoza was gunned down by a gang member. Harris publicly announced she would not seek the death penalty against Espinoza's killer, keeping a campaign promise despite furious political pressure.
Life without possibility of parole is a severe consequence.
But a decade later, as California's Attorney General, Harris defended capital punishment. When a judge found the state's death penalty to be unconstitutional, Harris and her team called the decision fundamentally misguided in a court briefing. Should we be talking about some of this flip-flopping?
I think it's fair to talk about flip-flopping. I think that's what makes America great.
Brendan Woods is Alameda County's first Black chief public defender. On the other side of the bay, Harris was San Francisco's first female district attorney. Their history-making careers rose together. As California's Attorney General, Harris promoted enforcement of a law that allowed prosecutors to seek jail time for parents of truant kids.
If you fail to take responsibility for your kids, we are going to make sure that you face the full force and consequences of the law.
I thought that was crazy. I was like, how can you lock parents up?
I opened the door and I see at least 7 or 8 cops, full gear, like wanted to arrest me. As a matter of fact, they did.
That was May 2011. The Haddadines woke to law enforcement at their door. Their son, Connor, was in middle school then.
I used to be allergic to a lot of things.
You missed 12 days of school.
Yeah, but not consecutively.
Arrested under the new state truancy law, the Haddadines, who had no prior criminal history, were spotlighted in local news outlets. The electronic trail still haunts them to this day.
It impacted every aspect of my life, everything.
Harris acknowledged the problems with that truancy law she once championed when she ran for president in 2019.
In some jurisdictions, DAs have criminalized the parents.
Right.
And I regret that that has happened, and that the thought that anything that I did could have led to that, because that certainly was not the intention, never was the intention.
Yeah.
I don't think you can consider that an unintended consequence because she created the law.
Harris's prosecutorial history is long and complicated for those lives who've been touched by it.
And we love our white folks, so let them debate themselves.
But I hear you. Process was a problem. Let Mark Cuban get in. Talk to your friend Dana.
Dana, love you. You're so wrong. Trump, inflation was up 25% over the Obama economy he inherited. Ask him about Yemen, where he decided not to take action and allowed 100,000 people to keep on dying in Yemen. Talk to him about his tariffs. What worked with his tariffs? He had 4 years to make tariffs work with China. China kicked his ass. China took him to court right? Because he didn't know how tariffs worked, and it hurt the economy. The economy was rolling along, and it got so hit by the tariffs that his appointment to the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, had to come back in and cut interest rates 3 times. And then we get to the real point of reckoning, the pandemic. And what does he do? He says, if we don't test people, the viruses didn't really happen. He holds back on resources, except for Vladimir Putin.
Pause it right now. This is so we can get back on this full screen real quick. Okay, we're gonna start sharing. So we say we're back in the full screen. All right. So niggas got bamboozled. Okay, let's just be real. Don't get in your feelings, because you know it takes 6 months, or about 6 months, to get you on brainwash. So start getting your knowledge right, nigga. Okay, 19 was a freaking test run. Let's do it again. And he used to say, what Trump used to say? It came from China. China. Okay, where did it come from? A lab in Wuhan, China. I mean, I got common sense. If it came from a lab in Wuhan, China, isn't that a virus from China? And then when he was promoting, you know,
he's not a scientist.
Yeah, no, but he was promoting his remedy. Okay, where a lot of doctors got banned, a lot of doctors got shut down on this platform as well on YouTube. There's a lot of bullshit going on in 19. Okay, more than half the country got brainwashed, dude. This is why this election, okay, Trump is going to win. I believe it. I believe it's going to happen. What these niggas say they was going to do, they're going to release them Epstein lists. Niggas, I'm going to scatterbrain real quick. I remember when Obama was in office, dude. I never voted for Obama. Nah, I never, twice, never voted for that nigga. Never. I was a Democrat liberal back in the day, right? Big time Democrat. Clinton, you know what I'm saying? Clinton was, but again, you know, the scandals he had.
Big shout outs to Bill Clinton.
I can't give him a shout out there. You know, he's on the Epstein list too. But again,
this motherfucker was getting head.
There used to be documentary. I don't know. Anyway, there's a lot of weird deaths and strange murders and suicides and all types of stuff linked to the Clintons. You guys forget that the Clinton Foundation was crazy as well. Look what they did in Haiti. Look what they did in these other countries. These guys are getting money from donors. Okay, these are facts. Look it up. I did my research at the time. We're talking about information from like 10 years ago.
And see, the things that you're talking about right now, if I may cut in,
go ahead,
you have to understand, man, like you're really going over a lot of people's heads, especially that timeline that we on now. People do not, they cannot get what you're saying. Like that's just really just flying over their head right now. I mean, you're telling them to do their research and everything, but the funniest thing is they're still going to deal with them fucking feelings.
Yeah, because again, they don't. The thing about people is they don't want to be wrong. Okay, they don't like to admit.
It's okay to be wrong. It's okay.
Look, dude,
it's okay.
You know why I mess with Trump, dude? Okay, I'm gonna tell you. You tell you why I vote for Trump, and I voted for Trump. Yeah, that's right. I voted for Trump. If niggas don't like it, well, guess what? Too bad, nigga. This is America. I got.
What you gonna do about it?
It's the land of the free. It's possible.
Praise due to
okay,
the
so
universe.
back to the thing. So at the time, my insurance separate had by insurance. It was about $300-something. Okay, that's fine. I was working, making money. It was good. All right, $300-something for my health. As soon as this nigga passed the Obamacare and all this shit went through, dude, I had to get another policy. Okay, boom. What happens? That shit went from $300-something to almost $800 and some change. Okay, $800 and some change. I said, forget all that noise. I didn't even get it. I had no insurance. Obama made me have no insurance. Okay. I don't mess with that dude. It's
what
crazy.
A piece of fucking shit.
Yeah. I don't mess with him. Don't forget the bank bailouts. Okay, the insurance bailouts. Okay, when they did that bank bailout, where did all those billions of dollars go? The nigga that was in charge of the money said, I don't know where they went. They went to some accounts. I don't know what happened. What?
And now we'll look at the infamous big bank bailout by the numbers. According to documents released through the Freedom of Information Act and published by Bloomberg Markets Magazine in its upcoming January issue, the bailout was far bigger than the Federal Reserve let the public or even members of Congress know at the time. In fact, from the start of the financial crisis in 2007 through March of 2009, the Fed loaned or guaranteed the banks some $7.7 trillion, about half the value of all the goods and services produced by the U.S. economy. That's 11 times the $700 billion in aid provided by the Treasury Department's better-known Trouble Asset Relief Program, or TARP. On just one day, December 5th, 2008, America's banks borrowed $1.2 trillion from the Fed. Furthermore, says Bloomberg, the banks borrowed that money from the Fed at as little as 1% interest. As a result, the banks were spared the need of selling off assets that paid much higher rates of interest. Bloomberg estimates the banks made a $13 billion profit on the spread on money they borrowed virtually free from the Fed. Bottom line, the nation's sixth largest bank saw their assets grow by 39% from September of 2006 to September of this year, from $6.8 trillion then to $9.5 trillion now.
What is wrong with you, nigga? Okay, this is supposed to be America, nigga. America is the land of the free.
Hey, and let me cut in. And if you don't like where you live, get our subscribers up. For every 75 subscribers, thumbs up, likes.
Yeah, thumbs up. I'm sorry, a disclaimer. I'm sorry. This is for entertainment purposes only.
You
Yeah.
know,
Shit.
Hey, you get our subscriptions, subscribes, and all that stuff up. Thumbs up, love, and everything.
Yeah, check out the shorts too.
Check out the shorts. TikTok up. Look, check this out.
But remember, now let's stick to the political. So that was Obama.
Right.
that was my thing about Obama. Boom.
Do not like where you at. Leave.
Let's fast forward it, right? This is election night tonight. Today's November 5th, 2024. So let's fast forward it. 2016. Everybody's on Clinton. You know why Clinton lost? Because Mr. Snow with WikiLeaks, he leaked all the information to show the true colors of this corrupt politician. Okay? Now, don't get it twisted. Trump ain't perfect. He doesn't always speak the right words. He don't say the right words. He's a ruthless businessman. I'd rather have a ruthless businessman that's going to try to get us money than a corrupt politician that's selling us to the next highest bidder. Okay? So the truth of the matter is, Clinton, she lost because those files got leaked. What did she do? Them niggas is breaking cell phones with hammers. They are bleach wiping out the hard drive. See, only people that did something wrong do those type of movements, okay? But back to 2016. So what happened? Oh, these celebrities are supposed to move out the country. People are starting roadblocks to the inauguration. Oh, Clinton's going to win. Clinton's going to win. Clinton. Oh, my God. Everybody's crying. Niggas need emotional dogs and emotional pets. I mean, this shit is bananas, dude. It doesn't make no sense. What did the left do? The left goes like Maxine Waters and a lot of these other senators. Go out there. Harass them at the places. Do all this type of stuff they're talking about, okay? Do this and harass this and do all types of craziness. Fast forward it, okay? January 6th. That was the big topic. January 6th. I watched that January 6th. Niggas.
The whole entire.
The whole thing. I watched the whole thing. Trump was like anybody that has a following, anybody that has things, you're going to say, look, we're going to fight for our freedom. We're going to fight for our rights. He never said to go do this or do that. No, we're going to stand up for our rights or freedoms peacefully. You understand what I'm saying to you? And the funny thing is that the niggas is in jail, still in jail, I think it is. There's people that was walking through the Capitol. Oh, they were landing. There's videos that they suppressed the information. That to me is interference. Just like they suppressed the Biden the Hunter Biden laptop. That's interference. When Silicon Valley joined into the mix, that's election interference. Okay, when Facebook, when Instagram, when all these things started interfering. Okay, I believe in the freedom of speech because you don't like the way I talk, you don't like the way I say things. That doesn't make it right for you to say suppress my speech. Now, if I'm saying something that's like I'm threatening your life or I'm doing something that's illegal or something like that, then yeah, you're protecting the law. But for me, speaking my opinion, telling you how I feel, how I view the world, since I don't view it through your looking glass, through your eyes, okay, and think everything is the way you do. Woke used to be something different.
Well, I just want to chop in
I'm
real
sorry,
quick.
yeah, I'm scared. But
No. Please get your passionate. Oh,
man,
that's what this is about.
Yeah,
this is the Critic's Corner.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, this is what we came here to do.
Criticize. That's it. Look, and all you niggas can fact check me. Go look it up.
I mean, the receipts are out there. There's nothing that we're going to speak that you definitely can't go look up.
And even when you give a person the truth, they don't want to take it because they don't want to be wrong at the end of the day.
And it's okay to be wrong. Okay, you can't be right about every damn thing. You don't know it all.
Nope.
Come on. I mean, and knowledge is infinite. But I want to speak on something when you mentioned the January 6th.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, that January 6th thing, what's the difference? If y'all going to put that in comparison, I know this is kind of one of them apples and oranges that you talk about, but just let me see if I can twist it in there the best I can. But what did Black Lives Matter do?
Oh,
you know,
see,
the whole entire year.
I didn't want to mention that.
No, fuck that. I will. I will mention it.
Yeah, go ahead.
You see, so for a whole entire 3 years.
I'm about to blaze this little joint.
Yeah, these motherfuckers went nuts, destroying shit. And you know what these stupid motherfuckers around me used to say? Oh, that's not Black Lives Matter. Those are subcultures of the Black Lives Matter. So it's like a ride-along group aside of the original group that's doing these things. Okay, Even by that logic, guess what? Well, those wasn't all January 6th things. Those was the subcultures of all the, them was the outsiders of the actual protester, the peaceful protesters then. If that's how we're going to do it by that logic.
Yeah, let me add something on too as well. Now, remember, during the Black Lives Matter, these people were rioting. They were burning out the stores, businesses, and a lot of it was majority owned, like black and brown, stores. That shit was crazy. Saying too, they was trying to defund the police. Now here, let's defund the police. I'm going to tell you one thing. When people get into situations, what's the first three numbers they want to call? 911. 911. They want to call 911. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, what you call that shit? The twigs? That's that twig.
That's that twig. You get that any look.
Yeah, that's it. Look, yeah, but look, don't mind me. I'm a little souped up right now, but after we smoke the remedy, I'm gonna be calmed down for a notch or two. But back to that to the fun thing. So they want to call the cops. I had nothing against cops. Some are dickheads, but I'm not gonna let one bad apple spoil the bunch.
Because if that's the case, then I can let a whole race of bad apples spoil a whole race of a fucking bunch. Yeah. Trust me.
Yeah, crazy shit. But look, we're gonna go back to Cuomo's speech because we don't. I mean, excuse me, not Cuomo. That's his show, but we're gonna go back to Mark Cuban's point of view. We're gonna let him talk. We're gonna try to be fair, and we're gonna try to be fair here. We're not trying to be biased.
Yeah. We just cutting it, with a little dry sense of humor in between, especially for my part.
Yeah, even though I voted for Trump,
this is the more wittier guy.
Even though I voted for Trump, doesn't mean I'm not gonna let the other side speak. And that's the one thing about me. I get in a lot of debates on the street. He knows. I mean, I got into some heated arguments out in the stores, dude, when people I don't even fucking know, dude. But the reason is because I watch what I watch and I watch what they watch. That means I watch the CNN, I watch the MSNBC, I watch the ABC, I watch these people make speeches. I actually watch the congressional hearings. I watch how these Democrats and these Republicans lose, and independents as well.
Times. And then we get to the real point of reckoning, the pandemic. And what does he do? He says, if we don't test people, the viruses didn't really happen. He holds back on resources, except for Vladimir Putin, to keep people from getting healthy. That is not an accomplished president, Dana. He has not done anything. What he got, he inherited. You know what? His administration was the same as his personal wealth. He inherited it.
I got to jump in with course corrections here. Number one, the real wages, which is really the only economic barometer for the folks, was up 8.2% in the 4 years Trump was president. 8.2 across the board for working Americans. Fact. Under Biden-Harris, it is around 1%. No COVID pandemic. They have failed. Number two, inflation didn't start because Putin and the Arabs did anything. Inflation started, and I don't know whether you know this, Mr. Cuban, but Biden signed in his first week in office at least 20 executive orders, making it harder for every fuel company to harvest their product, whether it be fracking or oil or anything. The fuel company said, holy you know what, we're going to get hosed because our prices to get the stuff out of the ground are quadrupling. So we're going to do it retail now. That's what ignited it, not Putin and not Saudi Arabia. That is the truth.
Mark Cuban, respond, and then Stephen, please get in. Go ahead.
Bill, you're bloviating. Thank you very much.
No, I kept it pithy. I kept it. Cuomo understood it. I kept it pithy.
I did. There's no big words.
You're bloviating. The point is, yes, inflation. You think inflation just started when Joe Biden took office? That is.
It was 1.4 when Trump left. Inflation was 1.4.
I know, it just shows you don't know how inflation, it shows you don't know what creates inflation. Yes, gas contributes to inflation. Why do you think Trump is so big on reducing energy costs? Because they contribute to inflation significantly. And beyond that, we produce more energy than we ever have. We produce more energy now than...
In the latter part, when they started to panic, not in the beginning.
Billy, look it up. Do you know how to use Google?
Oh, wait. No, that's where I get my information on Google, right? I actually research government records. Whoa, what a concept. Come on, 1.4% when he leaves office, and it goes to more than 9.
We just politicking.
That's all. We just politicking. You know what I'm saying? And we just let y'all in on it. That's all.
and during an election, abortion is a sensitive subject. The border is a sensitive subject. Economy is definitely a sensitive subject.
However, is this outside of the economy? What else has he done that you would deem positive in your eyes?
Well, border crossings are up over 300% since he left office. And that's not including people that are undetected. And you cannot deny that the world was a much safer place when Trump was in office. It's undeniable. Do you realize that right now there are more armed conflicts right now than any time since World War II? It was a much safer place.
In a lot of people's eyes. What about things that are happening domestically? What level of responsibility do you have towards Trump in that regard?
Well, not only that, I mean, when you think about all the people that are crossing the border illegally, I mean, this is just common sense. What about all the people that are here that did it the right way and are trying to get in legally, that are being jumped over and being handed money and a place to live, a telephone, credit cards, all the things that are going on? There are real Americans here that are going through hard times. That money should be going toward them. And there's nothing wrong with people coming to America. That's what this country was built on. But you have to come the right way. You have to come legally.